The two co-hosts have been upfront about their growing friendship since TJ Holmes joined Amy Robach on Good Morning America's lunchtime program GMA3 2 years ago. Their on-screen chemistry is apparent. However, DailyMail.com can now reveal that the married co-hosts have been sharing much more than just a love of jogging and the great outdoors for the past 6 months. In spite of the fact that they have both been happily married to their different spouses for the past 12 years, they are still deeply in love. Pictures obtained exclusively by DailyMail.com show the couple enjoying provocative post-filming sessions in a New York City pub, alone time in each other's apartments, and a weekend getaway in a private cottage in upstate New York 2 weeks before Thanksgiving. Everyone knows that Amy and TJ have been good friends for a long time now, running together and even socializing as a quartet with each other's wives, inside sources told DailyMail.com. Holmes, 45, is shown in pictures taken as recently as March and casually resting his arm around her husband Andrew Shue's shoulder. The two guys appear to be an integral part of Robach, 49's half-marathon posse. When TJ and Amy were filming the Queen's Diamond Jubilee for a BC in London together in June, if not earlier, workers were talking about the intimacy between them, say insiders. That's when TJ and Amy's friendship evolved. Photos that Robach and Holmes at the time posted on social media revealed their friendship while they covered the event. The co-stars, who also enjoy exercising, even ran the New York City Marathon together just this month. Robach shared a number of photos showing the pair supporting each other as they approached the finish line. Since the two started co-anchoring GMA3 in 2020 and got along, Robach and Holmes' bond has appeared to be platonic yet tied up to this point. In addition, the amiable TV presenters have shown support for one another on social media, while maintaining their on-air chemistry, often exchanging heartwarming messages and pictures from the show's backstage together. Some of their recent postings, however, seem to have some flirting overtones that allude to their hidden romance, like the one from July where Holmes and Robach were both wearing pink and she wrote, "TJ definitely loves it when we match." Holmes also posted an Instagram picture in March of this year with Robach and ABC News President Kim Godwin, along with the ironic statement, "Yep, head of ABC News had to fly all the way to LA to make sure we were behaving." Godwin denies knowing about the relationship, can also disclose since users started pointing out her missing wedding ring and her missing husband. Robach has now disabled comments on her Instagram account. It is unknown when or how former Melrose Place star Shue, 55, and Robach's husband, 44-year-old attorney Marilee Fiebig, found out about the relationship, but insiders say that both couples parted ways in August of this year. Robach and Holmes are still making efforts to keep their connection a secret, even though their husbands are aware of it. Just one day before their romantic weekend away, on November 10th, the two were seen engaged in discussion in a quaint nook of O'Donoghue's Irish bar in Times Square. They had just finished pre-recording their daily segment when they immediately split apart as they left the ABC studios and made their way alone to the dimly lit bar. There, they found each other in a corner away from the bar. They were completely smitten with each other, an eyewitness informed DailyMail.com. They were both gazing at their phones while she laughed at anything he was saying. She was humming along to the music in her chair at one point, and she was laughing so hard that she almost fell into his lap. A male buddy who had briefly joined the couple left after a little lunch, allowing them to resume their cocktails alone. The couple was once more determined not to appear to be dating when they left. Holmes phoned for an Uber, while Robach stood on the sidewalk about 20 feet away. When the Uber arrived, she laughed and hopped in with Holmes for the brief ride to his downtown apartment, which Robach was not seen to leave. After a morning of filming, Holmes was observed leaving his flat the following day carrying a duffel and a rucksack and making his way to a restaurant in the West Village close to Robach's residence. He sat alone at the bar of the Clam Seafood restaurant and had a beer while keeping his weekend luggage close by. He continually glanced over his shoulder as he made his way around the corner and up the block to where Robach was holding her blue BMW convertible ready to pick him up. He and Robach traveled for 2 hours to the Shawangunk Mountains in the north of the city, where they checked into a secluded yet quaint stone and wood-paneled house on the outskirts of Minnewaska State Park. The property is encircled by trees, offers a trek to a personal waterfall, and is only 15 minutes from 2 fantastic vineyards and distilleries. However, Robach and Holmes didn't seem to be interested in visiting any sites outside of their front door. The infatuated pair hid up in the sweet cottage, bringing food to cook as well as wine and beer to enjoy while they were there. All weekend long, the fireplace raged. When it was time to depart, they took their time loading the car with their weekend bags, the last of the wine, and the groceries. They both wore casual clothing. TJ wore sneakers and black sweatpants. Robach tightly bunched her hair in a bun. She complimented her outfit with a jean jacket, a scarf, Ugg boots, and skinny pants that made Holmes want to grab and touch her, but every time he passed her as she leaned over to put her belongings in the trunk of her car, When Robach was back at work on November 16th, he brought up Holmes' preference for the softies robes during a segment about the robes. GMA contributor Tori Johnson remarked, "I wish TJ was here," as she admired the marshmallow texture and contrasting collar and cuffs. Then, without thinking, Robach exclaimed, "He likes his robes," adding, "He walks through the hallways with them." The following day, on November 17th, when she was not seated next to him as usual, it was Holmes who was thinking about Robach. After assuring the audience that she will return at the beginning of the week, he left the set of the movie immediately for NYU Langone to meet her. Holmes remained at Robach's apartment with her as he was observed leaving with Robach and her closest friend, who afterwards walked Robach's golden doodle Brody. Robach, a cancer survivor, opened up about receiving a stage 2 breast cancer diagnosis in 2013 at the age of 40. She said that co-host Robin Roberts, who is also a cancer survivor, had saved her life by persuading her to get a mammogram. The week before Thanksgiving, as she had promised, Robach was back in her chair. Robach and Holmes both have mixed families and were married to their respective wives in 2010. With his present spouse, Holmes has a daughter, age 9, as well as a son and another daughter from a prior relationship. Robach's first marriage produced 2 daughters. Her husband Shu's line produced 3 sons. The 2 authors of a children's book on mixing families, Robach and Shu, even collaborated on it. In the recently released book Better Together, the Squirrely and McMunk families come together. At the time, Robach commented about how easy she and Shu had collaborated, producing the first narrative in a single evening. She also stressed the significance of love, adventure, curiosity, and an open mind and heart in creating a successful marriage and raising a blended family. In a similar vein, Holmes has lavishly praised his wife Marilee on Instagram. He stated in a post commemorating their 10th anniversary, "This specific #decade challenge is a touch late, but Marilee Fiebig and I got married 10 years ago. And for the past 10 years, despite my best attempts, she has stayed my wife. That is not exaggeration. I'm not exaggerating. I gave her numerous justifications, and chances to walk her gorgeous ass out of the door. Instead, she displayed an unbelievable amount of grace and tolerance thanks to her inherent black woman's superpower." On August 19th, when his wife shared a picture of him being cuddled by his daughter in front of a birthday cake, Holmes made his last Instagram post. She wished him a happy 45th birthday in her post. The last time Shu was seen on his wife's Instagram was on July 30th, when she shared photos from their vacation in Greece. By the end of August, the secret had been revealed and the marital facades had been broken, with Holmes going into his own flat and Shu leaving his and Amy's. After the holiday they did not spend together, Thanksgiving, Holmes wasted no time in getting back together with Robach.